7 ChatGPT mistakes beginners must avoid. If ChatGPT feels average, boring, or not useful enough, the problem may not be the tool. It may be the way you are using it. Most beginners make the same few mistakes. They ask vague questions. They give no context. They accept the first answer. They copy responses without checking them. Then they decide ChatGPT is kind of helpful, but not worth using every day. That is exactly where most people lose the real value. In this video, I'll show you 7 ChatGPT mistakes beginners must avoid. But do not just listen for the mistakes. Listen for the fix after each one, because one of these mistakes is probably the reason your ChatGPT answers still feel generic. And mistake number 7 is the one that changes ChatGPT from a random chatbot into an actual productivity system. Let's start with the mistake that ruins the answer before ChatGPT even begins. Mistake number 1, asking vague prompts. A vague prompt sounds like this: write an email. Help me with my resume. Give me business ideas. These prompts are not wrong. They are just incomplete. ChatGPT does not know the situation, the audience, the goal, or the tone you want. So it gives you the safest, most generic answer possible. The fix is to add 4 things: role, context, task, and style. Instead of saying, write an email, say, act like a professional assistant. Write a short, polite follow-up email to a client who has not replied in 1 week. Keep it friendly, clear, and under 120 words. That is still simple. But it gives ChatGPT enough direction to produce something useful. Retention point: if your ChatGPT answers feel generic, this is the first thing to fix. But the next mistake is why even clear prompts can still produce weak results. Mistake number 2, not giving enough context. Beginners often assume ChatGPT understands their situation automatically. It does not. If you ask, what is the best productivity tool? ChatGPT has to guess. Are you a student? A small business owner? A content creator? A manager? Do you need something free? Do you work alone or with a team? A better prompt is, I am a beginner content creator working alone. I need a free or low-cost tool to plan tasks, organize ideas, and stay consistent. Compare 3 simple options and recommend one. Now ChatGPT can give you an answer that fits your situation. Here is the rule: if a human would need background information to answer well, ChatGPT probably needs it too. Mistake number 3 is where a lot of beginners accidentally make ChatGPT worse by asking for too much. Mistake number 3, asking for everything in one prompt. This usually happens when someone discovers ChatGPT can do many things. They write one giant prompt asking it to research, write, edit, summarize, make a checklist, create titles, and add jokes all at once. Sometimes that works. But often the result feels messy. The fix is to break big tasks into smaller steps. Ask for the angle first. Then ask for the outline. Then ask for the draft. Then ask for improvements. For example, instead of saying, make me a complete YouTube video about AI tools with script, title, description, tags, and shorts. Start with, give me 5 strong beginner-friendly angles for a YouTube video about AI tools. After you choose one, ask for the outline. After the outline, ask for the script. This gives you more control. It also keeps ChatGPT from guessing too much at once. Now, mistake number 4 is the one that costs people the most quality, because they stop right before the answer gets good. Mistake number 4, accepting the first answer as final. The first ChatGPT answer is usually not the finished answer. It is the first draft. If you stop there, you are only using half the tool. When the answer is too generic, say, make this more specific. When it sounds robotic, say, make this sound more natural. When it is too long, say, cut this in half. When it is too basic, say, give me a more practical version with examples. When you do not like it, do not start over immediately. Push the answer. That is how you get better results. The first answer is a draft. The follow-up is where the value starts. Mistake number 5 is related, but it is not the same thing. This one is about depth. Mistake number 5, not asking follow-up questions. A lot of beginners ask one question, get one answer, and then open a new chat for the next task. That breaks the flow. Follow-up questions are how you shape the result. If ChatGPT gives you a list, ask, Which one is best for a beginner and why? If it gives you a plan, ask, what is the easiest first step? If it writes an email, ask, make it warmer but still professional. If it explains a topic, ask, explain that again with a real-world example. Think of ChatGPT like a conversation, not a vending machine. You do not just take the first thing that comes out. You guide it until the result is actually useful. Mistake number 6 is important because it protects your credibility. Mistake number 6, copying the output without checking it. ChatGPT can save time. But you still need judgment. Do not copy important information without reviewing it. Check facts. Check tone. Check names, dates, numbers, and claims. This matters even more if you are using the answer for work, school, business, health, money, legal topics, current events, or anything public. A useful prompt is, review this answer for possible mistakes, unclear claims, or anything that should be fact-checked before I use it. Another useful prompt is, make this accurate, careful, and avoid overclaiming. This is not about being afraid of AI. It is about using it responsibly. AI can help you move faster, but the final decision still belongs to you. Now for mistake number 7. This is the one that changes how useful ChatGPT becomes over time. Mistake number 7, using ChatGPT like Google instead of a workflow assistant. Google is useful when you need websites, official sources, current prices, local details, products, or live information. ChatGPT is most useful when you need to think, organize, rewrite, compare, plan, simplify, or turn messy information into something usable. The mistake is only asking random questions. A better approach is building small repeatable workflows. For example, turn these rough notes into a checklist. Create a study plan from this topic. Rewrite this email in a polite but direct tone. Compare these 3 options in a simple table. Ask me 5 questions before recommending a solution. That last one is powerful. When a task depends on your situation, ask ChatGPT to interview you first. Use this prompt, before answering, ask me 5 questions so you can give a better recommendation. This one habit can immediately improve the quality of your results. Now let's turn the 7 mistakes into one simple system you can actually use. Before you send a prompt, ask yourself 5 questions. 1. Did I give ChatGPT a clear role? 2. Did I explain my situation? 3. Did I ask for one specific task? 4. Did I choose the format I want? 5. Did I plan to improve the answer with follow-ups? Here is a complete beginner prompt you can copy. Act like a beginner-friendly productivity coach. I am trying to save time during my work week. Ask me 5 questions first, then suggest 3 simple ways I can use ChatGPT to reduce repetitive tasks. Keep the advice practical and easy to start today. This prompt works because it does not ask ChatGPT to guess everything. It gives a role. It gives context. It gives a task. It asks questions first. And it asks for practical advice. That is the difference between using ChatGPT casually and using ChatGPT intentionally. So here is the final takeaway. If ChatGPT feels generic, add context. If the answer feels weak, ask for a better version. If the task feels too big, break it into steps. If the information matters, verify it. And if you want ChatGPT to save you real time, stop using it only for random questions. Start using it for repeatable workflows. Avoid these 7 mistakes and your answers will get more specific, more useful, and much easier to act on. If this helped, subscribe to AI Daily for simple AI tools, ChatGPT tips, and productivity workflows for beginners. Turn on notifications if you want to know when the next practical AI workflow goes live. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.